In this video, we're going to look at creating a simple object or a few objects and having them interact. We're going to use the built-in behaviors rather than code them ourselves for now, just so we can get an idea of how GDevelop works. In objects, we're going to have add new objects. So we should have our level 1 open from the previous video. So have a look back at that if you haven't done that. We're going to add in a new object. And this object is going to be we're actually going to go search the asset store on this one. And this will show up with a lot of different graphics. So we don't have to worry about using a whole lot of graphics. And we're just going to keep it pretty simple. So I'm going to grab this little green player. And just to show you where it is, if you can't find it, you can type player in at the top. And it will come up with a bunch of them. The blue one's kind of weird because he kind of flops along the ground. It's a bit odd. I'm going to actually use the red player and click add to the game. And it will download the resources that we need. And I can click close, and then the red player shows up here. Now I can drag this into the scene multiple times. It doesn't actually do anything at the moment. It's just an object that exists. So if I hit the play button here, it will open up our little scene. I can push all the arrow keys I want to try and get it to move, spacebar. It doesn't do anything. We need to give it a behavior. I'm just going to delete that one. So to do that, we can double click on this. We'll see that it's on the properties panel, and it currently has a name called red player. It's got some animations with it as well. Their walk animations are really bizarre, so we probably won't use them. And up the top here, we've got behaviors. Currently, there's no behavior associated with this, but we can give it a behavior by clicking add a behavior to the project, to the object. And then we can select the behavior that we want. Now, the one that we want here is going to be a platformer character. Okay, so there's going to be a platformer character. Then we've got all these different object properties. And this here is how fast it accelerates. Can it grab the edge of a platform? How fast it decelerates, grab tolerance on X and Y. There's a whole lot of different things here. Gravity, 1000, that's kind of just normal gravity. Jump speed, ladder climbing speed, max fall, etc. Okay, so all of this stuff is built into the player controller. So we're gonna click on apply. And before we do anything else, if we hit play, we should see that he falls. And if you manage to hit the arrow key as he's falling, you'll see that he moves, or she moves. And we're going to add in another object. Okay, we want to have something for this to collide with. So let's go to Industrial Platformer Pack. We'll have to get rid of the search result up here that says player. And we can grab maybe an industrial platform here. And I'll click add to the game. Now this industrial platform, I'm going to double click it and give it a behavior. Add a behavior to the object. It's going to be a platform. Okay, and the type of platform it's going to be. It's going to be a, we'll make it just a platform. Actually, I'll make it a jump through platform and apply. So I can drag a bunch of these out. Now they are really big, but what I might do, if I wanted to resize these, we'll look at that later. I'm actually going to just resize it in here, make it take up one of the smaller boxes. Then if I hold control and drag out a bunch of these, I'm going to drag some out up here as well. And then maybe one here. Like that. Now if I hit play, our guy stands on the platform. Oh, he's behind it, but if I jump with spacebar as jump in this, you'll see that he jumps through the platform and stands on it. So that was the behavior that we wanted. We just need to change the layer or the Z order. Now we could go ahead and change the Z order every single one of these, or we could just change the Z order of the red player. So over here in the properties, the Z order for the red player, we're going to say 1. I'm pretty sure the lower number is closer to the screen, so let's just check that. Nope. Let's turn it up to 3. I think I've got the wrong object selected, don't I? I do, I've got industrial platform. So I want to turn the player, let's turn him up to 3 and see what happens. Okay, so he goes in front of those and it's working. So we've got a little platform. We can jump around and so on. Now we've done all that just without any coding. We've actually done that just using behaviors in here. So in the next video, we're going to look at moving the camera around and getting that camera to sort so we can design a slightly larger level.